This conference will now be recorded.
I guess. Good morning. Yes, Satyanarayana. Yes, the session is getting started. Yep. Like most of the time, we will wait for 2 minutes. That's it, max, and we will start. Okay. Let me share my screen. Today, we will see the software development cycle, guys. Like first, I want you to understand. Before going to the Linux, okay, I want you to understand like how the cloud engineer came into the existence and how the DevOps engineer came into the existence and what will be the workflow cycle. Okay, when you join the company, what will be the workflow cycle? What are the roles and responsibilities of yours? Okay, we'll just see that. Then you will have an idea. Okay, what is my roles and responsibilities in the company? What is the existence? What is my existence in the company? Okay, where you can understand that one. That's why you'll see the software development cycle where what happens in the real time. Okay, what happens in the real time? We will see that one. Then later on we can go for the Linux. Okay, as I told you, if you remember, we'll go for the Linux for the first 1 week, guys. Okay, if you know the Linux, then it's take it as a revision. If you don't know the Linux, please understand the Linux. Okay, let me just create. And I prefer rather than asking the doubts at the end of the session, I prefer to you to ask in the middle of the session itself. It's like whenever middle in the sense whenever you got the doubt, just shout at me like Shiva, I have this doubt. Okay, you can call me Shiva, and as I said, you can just shout at me like Shiva, I have a question. Then I will just stop it over there, and I will clear your question, and I will try to repeat it again or anything. Okay, let's start. Okay. Um, First of all, one thing I have told previously also, if you join the company, they will not directly propose you to the project and sit in the first day itself like, yes, you have to do this, you have to do that. It will not be like that. They will do some knowledge transfer. If it is existing project, they will do some knowledge transfer. If it is a new project, they will try to give you the documentations and what are the requirements and etc. Okay. Now, we will see the software development cycle where what will happen in general, okay, uh, in the real time, what will happen and what are your responsibilities as a cloud engineer. First, how the cloud engineer came into the existence, then how the DevOps engineer came into the existence and everything. And in before going into that, okay, first we have to see what used to happen before these two positions. Okay, now these two positions came into the existence nearly 2 decades or maybe 1.5 decade. Okay, it started in the year of 2006 or 2007. Okay, now it's been like a 2 decades. Now, before 2 decades ago, what was the how it used to happen? Okay, how the roles used to happen, how the projects used to deliver. Okay, these things first we will see, then we will see, then you will get to know that what is your responsibility as a cloud engineer, why you became as a cloud engineer. Okay, they will see that. First we will see what happens before 2005 or 2006. Okay, at the time of 2005 and 2006, before the cloud engineer came into the existence, how the cloud engineer came into the market and etc. Now let me just, okay, this is the developer, and this is the, I have some OCD guys, just I will do it little bit of in the right format. Not, it will just take some time. That's it. Tester or QA. Okay. I don't know how many of you know what is QA. QA is none other than okay, quality assurance team or quality assistance team or anything you can quality check. Okay, they do the testing where the product how it works and everything. Okay, they are called as a testers or quality assurance team. Okay, now there are two developers in the sense we I am considering here in our architecture, like I'm considering as like all the developers. It's not only one particular developer. I'm considering it as like a front end, back end, like full stack or uh, designing team. Okay, database, everything comes under the developer itself. Okay, now I'm considering all the developers as a one like developers. Okay, and here it is the testers or QA team. Okay, now in between I will be considered as a, I will be considering as a server room. Okay, this is I'm talking about a couple of decades ago. Okay, 2 decades ago. Now the developers are there, guys. Okay, now testing team is there. Okay, this is the server room. Uh, if you are a what do you say 90s kids or anything, you
Hi,
could have
hi
seen in
Shiva.
some movie. Yes,
Hi
one
Shiva, sorry
second.
to interrupt you. This is
No, not
Satya
at
here.
all. Yeah, please.
Voice is breaking. I'm not sure whether it is issue with my end or your end. Can you please check with others as well?
Yes. Can anyone confirm me, Tarun or Vishnu? Is it like or my voice is audible or
Audible, sir. Audible, sir.
okay? Vishnu, can you one more can confirm it or Chandrakala?
Yes, Shiva, we are able to hear you.
Okay. Satyanan, I think so. It's
I
from your
think for
side.
me,
Can you? Yeah, can you rejoin again? Like,
okay. Yeah,
join back again.
okay. Yeah.
Uh, Okay, let's continue. Now I don't know how many of a 90s kids or anything. I'm just why asking this is like you might have seen in the movies, guys. Nowadays you are not able to see this kind of server rooms. We used to call as a server rooms. Okay, if you go for a movie, Warriors or some other movies, okay, you might have seen these kind of server rooms, guys. Okay, there will be a huge server rooms like this. Okay, full of servers with the racks. Okay, we call them as the racks. Okay, how the library looks like a huge racks with the books and everything. But in place of books, there will be a servers with the connections and everything. Okay, literally it used to be like this only, guys. You can see here the huge wires and everything. Okay, all this is to be like this one. This is like a server room only. Okay, now in Hyderabad, okay, when I was working in 2011, okay, I used to work for the IBM, my first company. There we used to have one complete floor, okay, in Hyderabad office. Complete floor was this server room. Yes, my first job is as a Windows admin, okay, and I used to handle. I used to just enter into this room, okay, handle these servers. That's it. Okay, that was my first job. Okay, if I have to enter into this server room, there is like a huge what do you say, rules, guys. Okay, there are so many rules. I have to wear the shoe gloves. I have to wear, because it has to be sorry, because it has to be in a certain temperature. Okay, because it has to be ranged in a certain temperature, and it has to be used without any dust particles. Okay, because all those are physical servers, guys, physical systems. Okay, physical systems. Now, if it is minute dust particle also, okay, the server can get crash. Okay, it can short circuited and everything. That's why they will be used to have that everyday maintenance, and they used to maintenance. I have the what do you say, air conditioning used to be there. I have to wear the shoe covers, etc., etc. Okay, this is the server room. Yes, the physical server room. Just a minute, I will get some water. Sorry. Physical server room used to be there, yes. Okay. Now, physical server room used to be there, and there used to be a call as a administrators. Like most of the time, we used to. Sorry, my designation was the Windows admin, but administrators and the network team. Okay, administrators and the network team are the members where used to handle the server rooms. Okay, now the developers. Okay, now the developers. For suppose, let's take a scenario. You are working as a product based company or service based company. We will take both scenarios to understand for yourself. Okay, product based company, I will tell you small difference because I doesn't know whom like whether you are just a fresher or experienced. Product based company in the sense they have their own product. Okay, I can give you an example as ICACI. Okay, or I can give you an example as JP Morgan. Okay, that is as a bank company. These are all most of the time like a banks will have their own company. It's like a own product. Okay, they will hire there for their own. They will hire the persons for their working on their own product. Service based company in the sense you have to work for others. Okay, like HCL, TCS. Okay, any other companies like you have to work for the other companies. Okay, based on the project. Okay, that's a small difference. Now, for suppose you are working for the product or you are working for the service. Okay, you will get some project, guys, or a feature. Okay, and you have to develop. They will say that in the project meeting they will say that okay, we have to release this feature within 6 months. Okay, now before sorry, we have to release this feature in 6 months. Within 4 months you have to release the beta feature. Beta feature in the sense like just like a what is a testing feature. Okay, for suppose if you are creating an application called as a Paytm application or any UPI application. Okay, first of all they have to test it among themselves, right? Whether it is working properly or not, whether it is sending the money or not, receiving the money or not. Okay, that is called as a beta version. Okay, now that beta version will be what do you say, tested among the companies and the project members, then only they will go for the production. Okay, then only it will go for the users of millions of people. Just they will first test it with the hundreds of people. Okay, if everything is working fine, then they will release it to the millions of people. Now the developer starts working this. Okay, the developer starts working once the project meeting is done, they will start working. Developer in the sense all the developers, guys, front end, back end, UI developer, database administrator, okay, full stack developer, all the developer, HTML, okay, all the developers will become keep on working to reach the deadline. Okay, once they have one, what you say, at least for 1.5 month or 2 months. Okay, after working for 1.5 month or 2 months, then they will be asking the QA team. Okay, then they will ask the QA team to test it. Okay, the beta version. Okay, how to test it, the beta version? They cannot, they have developed in their own systems, guys. Okay, the developers has their own system, they have developed in their own systems. Now they cannot give their systems to the QA team, right? You, okay, please take my laptop and test it. Okay, they cannot give like that. Okay, that's why they have to deploy into the internet, they have to deploy into the server. Okay, where the QA team can test it. Okay, by just taking like, for suppose, they are testing Paytm, they will test it like abc.paytm.com. Okay, you will give a domain. Okay, the developer will provide a domain to the testing team and say that, okay, we have created an application, can you please test on this, then and give us the results or something like that. Okay, now the developer has to deploy. Okay, the developer has to deploy his application or his code, you can call it as code. The developer will deploy his code. Okay, the developer will deploy his code into the server. Okay, that physical servers are there, right? A line of servers. Okay, you can see here servers, these are all the servers, guys. Okay, okay, how he will be deploying, in the sense he will deploy like this only, guys. He will sit in front of the server connected through the cable. Okay, connected through the cable, and he will send all the code, whatever the code in his system is there, to that server. Okay, now to deploy this code, okay, he has to wait in the server room, yes. Okay, because the server room is very huge. Okay, and all the members cannot be enter into that room. I was there, right? All the interest members cannot be enter into that room, they have to make an appointment. Okay, they have to make a time schedule. Okay, for like when I'm working over there, they used to have a time schedule over there, where they used to say that, okay, for this project, this is the time frame. Okay, you can enter in this time frame and deploy your project or deploy your code. Okay, this kind of time schedule used to be there, because the server room is not for only particularly your project, it is for the huge, okay, the one floor. It is like a lot of applications are working for the IBM or HCL. Example, think it as like that. Now they used to, each project used to have some time schedule, and they have to wait for the time schedule. Okay, the developer already developed the code for 1.5 month. Okay, after 1.5 waiting for 1.5 month, he has to wait for the time schedule. Okay, where I will say that every Friday evening 3 to 4 is your time schedule. It means like if the developer has done the work on Tuesday itself, he has to wait until Friday, okay, for 3 days or 3 days or 2 days, whatever it may be. He has to wait, and then only he has to enter into that server room, okay, and deploy his feature. Okay, he has to enter into the server room and deploy his project or a code, or you can call anything. Okay, now it, to deploy this code like this, okay, it will take around 4 to 5 hours, guys. More than that, it depends on how much the code development he has done. Whether he has done in the, what you say, 100 files, then it will take some 4 to 5 hours. If he has created a project with around 400 files, then it will take 8 hours of time. Okay, it's totally depending on how much code he has it, how much code that developers are developed it. Okay, just take it as around half of the day to one complete day to deploy an application from the developer to the server room, to a server. Okay, it used to happen like that. Now once the application is deployed, okay, it is given to the QA team. Okay, it is given to the QA team. Okay, where they will say that it is given to the QA team like this. ABC dot, I can give like this, guys. Subdomain dot domain dot com. Okay. If you don't know what is subdomain and what is domain, don't need to worry. We have a separate topic for this, which is called as Route 53. If you have been into the introduction, then I have already told you about it. What is domain? We will we will buy a domain and we will attach it, etc., etc. Okay. For example, I will just write out like this. Uh, abc.paytm.com. Okay, ABC is the subdomain, Paytm is the domain.com. Okay, now when this happened, okay, deploy is happened. Okay, now they will attach that application to a domain which is called as abc.paytm.com and give it to the QA team. Okay, give it to the QA team, the testers. They will test it. Okay, whether it is working or not. They are able to send the money or receive the money. They are able to do the scratch cards, etc., etc. Okay, now after doing that, QA team will take at least 2 working days to test it, guys, because it's a like a 1.5 month of development. At least they will need a time to test it for 2 working days. They will say to the developers will say that, let's take an example. Okay, I feel most of the time I'll take example with the names. Okay, let's take an example like Tarun is the developers. Okay, and Vishnu is the testing. Okay, Tarun will say that I have developed the code. Okay, and he will tell to the Vishnu that, okay, Vishnu, can you please test it? I have developed the code. Okay, now the Vishnu say that, okay, give me some time. Okay, for 2 working days, then I will test it and give you back the result. Okay, now let's Vishnu will take at least 2 working days of time and he will give you the bug report, guys. Okay, he will give the bug report. Just this. Okay, he will give the bug report. Okay, he will give the bug report where he will be saying that I have tested all these things. Like, let's take an example. Like, he will say that while I'm sending the money, okay, through the ICICI credit card or ICICI bank, it is not working. He will give the bug report like, when I've successfully sent the money, I didn't get the scratch card. When I'm trying to pay the bills, okay, I'm not able to pay one particular bill, or uh, when I'm trying to pay 2 bills, I'm only to pay only one per bill. I'm not to pay more than one bill. Okay, these kind of all the bug reports, he will create a bug report. Okay, and he will send the screenshot, etc., etc., to the Tarun. Okay, now Vishnu has sent it to the Tarun is a developer. Now developer will be uh, what do you say, try to fix those bugs. Okay, try to fix those bugs, and he will be deploying it again into the server. Okay, again, that when he deploy into the server, again it will go to the QA. It is like you keep on going on the circle, guys. Okay, it's keep on going on the circle, but there is a negative. Okay, there is a small negative points, not small. There are few negative points are there in this, what is a small architecture and the circle. Sorry, in this complete circle, can anyone tell me that small negative point? Okay, simply the developer is deploying into the server. and he's giving the domain to the QA team, and the QA team is giving the bug report. It's keep on going. Can anyone tell me there is a small error over here? Error in the sense negative point is over here. General, I'm not asking any technical, just general negative. See the diagram and let me know what is the uh, negative you can see.
Even for a error, the process is like it starts from scratch, even if it is a small issue.
Okay,
Like you have to go back to the development stage, deploy, go back to the server room, deploy it, wait for a Friday, even if you find the error on a Monday or anything as such like Saturday.
exactly. Chandrakala has also messaged, yes, it's a time-taking process. Exactly, guys. The management, okay, the company management was not happy. Why? Because the company management was not happy. Why? Because the developer is taking the developer is taking a time to develop. The first, whenever the project meeting has happened, the developer is taking around 1.5 month, okay, to give you one test report, okay, sorry, to give you one test domain, okay, to for the testing team he's taking 1.5 time to develop the what do you say, a developer an application, okay. And for that 1.5 month, just imagine, guys, as I have taken an example, like is Tarun is a developer and Vishnu is a QA team, okay. Now Tarun is developing for 1.5 month, okay. That 1.5 month Vishnu has to sit idle, guys, okay. The Vishnu has to sit idle. He will be saying that if any manager or anyone asks, he will be saying that Tarun didn't develop and didn't give me anything, okay. That's why I'm just waiting and sitting, okay. I'm just sitting and waiting. He doesn't have any work until unless the what do you say, Tarun develops something, Vishnu doesn't have any work, okay. Now the same vice versa, guys. Until the Vishnu takes the time, okay, he will take 2 working days or 3 working days to give you a bug report. Now Tarun will say that I'm just waiting for the QA team to test it and give me the bug report. Okay, this time gap, guys, the time taking process and the time gap, the management is not happy. Okay, the management is not happy. Why? Because they are paying huge amount of salaries to these people, guys. Okay, they are paying huge amount of salaries to these people, where they should not sit idle for it. Okay, this was the management issue, and they were management was searching for the solution in the market. Okay, they are searching for the solution in the market for the time taking processes. Okay, is there any way that we can resolve this, okay, without losing our time? Okay, now when they are searching in the market at the time of 2006 and 2007, okay, they found a few demos from other people is like not for the time taking, they're directly not a result, not a solution for the time taking. They're called as a cloud providers. Okay, the cloud providers said to the management that we have a solution for you. Okay, we have a solution for you. Okay, let's give me sorry, let us give us some time to give you a demo where we will provide you a solution for it. Then the management said that okay, show us the demo, we will try to understand like how you will get a solution. Now the cloud providers are saying that we will give you a best solution where you will save millions of dollars. Then they said that just remove your server room. Okay, remove your server room and use our cloud. Okay, remove your server room and use our cloud. Okay, then the management asked the question is like, okay, if I use the cloud, how it will be solving my issue? Okay, my issue is time management. Okay, if you remove the server room totally, how it will be if I shift, if I migrate, okay, from my physical server to your virtual server, cloud in the sense virtual server, guys. Okay, the cloud providers in the sense you doesn't need to what you say keep your server okay with you, and it's just you need to rent from us. Okay, you don't need to buy a server also, you just need to rent from us, and we will provide a server to you okay on the cloud. It doesn't have any physical, this is physical servers. Okay, these are physical servers. Okay, you doesn't need a physical server. Okay, you just buy from it. Okay, the management ask it, can you please elaborate more? Okay, then the points comes, then they will say these points. I will just write it down here. Okay, first point is you, if you migrate, okay, if you shift from your physical server to our cloud, okay, what is your first advantage to is like no space needed. Okay, no space needed, guys. Okay, no space needed. Okay, if you take our cloud, okay, you can remove the space, guys. Just imagine in the Hyderabad, okay, I'm just saying, taking an example, okay, in the metropolitan city, okay, in India, okay, in India, one of the metropolitan city, in a huge complex, one complete floor costs you around nearly some 1.5 million rupees, or 15 lakhs per annum, or 20 lakhs per annum, guys. Okay, per month. Sorry, not even annum, per month. Okay, 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs per month, guys. Okay, the rent cost you 10 to 15 lakhs per month. Okay, if you take our cloud, you can save that 10 to 15 lakhs per month. Okay, for the no space, you doesn't need any space. Okay, when you doesn't need any space, you doesn't need any what do you say maintenance. Okay, just imagine how much cost of maintenance is coming for that what do you say uh, space. Okay, they have to, I told you right, they have to maintain for the air conditioner. The fully room was the air conditioner, guys, with the with the standard temperature of 15 degrees, not even 16, guys, 15 degrees standard temperature. Okay, the 15 degrees standard temperature, it should be there to cool down the process. It might be go low, but it will not go higher than the 15 degrees centigrade. Okay, the maintenance, guys, you have to pay for the electricity bills, you have to pay for the uh, shoe. I told you, whenever you are enter into that room, you have to wear the shoe covers, etc. All comes under into the maintenance only. Okay, you doesn't need to pay the maintenance, no maintenance. Okay, the third point is like you doesn't need to, no need of, no need of uh, service maintenance. Okay, no need of service maintenance, no need of, no need of network engineers or admins. Okay, they said that, okay, they said that no need of service maintenance. Why? Because there is no physical server. If there is no physical server, no need of maintenance. Okay, and there is no need of network team and admin team also. Okay, network team and admin team also no need. Why? Because we will be giving you the free maintenance. Okay, we will be giving you the free maintenance. Okay, you doesn't need to worry about it. We will give you the new free maintenance. Okay, if anything happens to your server, okay, we will give you the free maintenance, we will take care of it. Okay, that was the cloud thing. Now these are all the advantages which is provided by the cloud provider, saying to the management in the demo call. Okay, now the management was asking is like, okay, this is all and good, but you are just promoting your product, but what is the main solution from my time consuming? Okay, what is the main solution from the time consuming? In these four uh, positives only, that your solution is also there. Okay, whatever the time consuming solution. Now just imagine you have replaced server to your cloud. Okay, first of all, just tell your developers, rather than working for 1.5 month and developing the and and developing the features, more amount of features. Okay, let's take an example. Paytm only we were taking since morning, Paytm only. Okay, let's take an example. Tarun team is creating the Paytm application. Rather than waiting for 1.5 month and creating the application, developing the features like send money, receive money, and scratch cards. For suppose in 1.5 month, the developers has created the three features. Okay, tell your tell your developers, rather than waiting for 1.5 month, just complete for within 2 weeks only one feature. Okay, concentrate on one feature. Okay, where it is only send money. Okay, feature wise. Okay, okay, tell the developer to work on only one feature. Okay, and complete it within 2 weeks. Okay, complete within 2 weeks. And there is no need of time taking process. Okay, as you told, you have two of you has told that there is no need of time taking process, because there is no need of server to wait it. You, the developer doesn't need to wait for the server room to enter. Okay, he doesn't need to wait for until Friday or anything to enter into the server room. He can deploy his application. Okay, he can deploy his application at any time. For suppose the developer has ready with the just one feature within 2 weeks. Okay, at midnight 2 o'clock, he doesn't need to wait for it, because he doesn't need to be in the office. It's in the cloud. Okay, he doesn't need to be in the office and everything. Okay, he can deploy it at any time, guys. Okay, he can deploy it at any time. Okay, he can deploy it at any time. uh, he doesn't need to wait. Okay, and immediately he can say to the QA team, okay, that this feature is ready. Okay, this feature is ready and you can test it. Okay, in the meanwhile, whenever these developers are developing for 2 weeks, in the meanwhile, tell your QA team to create the test cases, guys. Okay, test cases. Create the test cases where whenever the feature, okay, the developer will say that, okay, Tarun will say to Vishnu is like, Vishnu, I'm creating a feature called as scratch cards. Okay, then Vishnu will be ready with the scratch card test cases. For how, what is my test case in the sense? For suppose if I pay electricity bill, how much of cashback I'm getting with the help of scratch card. If I pay the phone bill, how much it is getting. Or suppose if I pay the huge amount of credit card bill, how much cashback is happening. Everything he will get a test cases. He will prepare the test cases. Okay, he doesn't need to sit idle. Okay, now in the after just 2 weeks, he will be deploying this application within less than 20 minutes, guys. Okay, less than 20 minutes. I'm not saying the right amount of time. Okay, it can be less than 1 minute also. I'm just saying on average of at the 2006 and 2007 point of time. Okay, they used to deploy the application, okay, within 20 minutes of time. And he will say, the developer will say to the QA team, say that my feature is ready, scratch card feature is ready. Okay, Tarun will say to the Vishnu that yes, my we have developed the scratch card feature, you can test it. Now the Vishnu will be testing it. Why? Because he doesn't need 2 days or 3 days, guys. Why? Because it is a feature. Okay, it is a small feature. It is a single feature where he can already prepared for the test cases. He has already prepared for the test cases, and he will take less than 1 day, guys. Less than 1 day or half of the day. Okay, within half of the day, he will give you the bug report to the developer, guys. Okay, within this half of the day, the developer will not also sit idle. Okay, he will not sit idle, and the management doesn't need to pay the money or anything for half of the day. Okay, the developer has the work. Why? Because this is not only the single feature in the application, guys. There are so many features. Okay, there are so many features in the application. He doesn't have the time to sit idle. Okay, he is to keep on working. It is only one feature he has developed. He has to develop more features. He has to develop how to send the money, how to receive the money, what is QR code, okay, how to pay the electricity bills. So many features he has to create. Okay, he cannot create only scratch cards and just sit idle. Okay, now in this process, okay, in this process, if you see, for the first 2 weeks, whenever the developer is creating the feature, okay, the QA team is not sitting idle. They are sitting with the test cases. Okay, whenever the QA team is working, okay, the developer team is working on the new feature. Okay, and moreover, the developer doesn't need to wait for the server room 1 day or 2 days, and he can deploy whenever he completed the code. Okay, now is everyone win-win, guys. Okay, developer is a in good situation. It is a win-win for him. He doesn't need to wait. QA team is also win-win for him, and the management is also win-win for him. Why? Because they are paying very less amount. Okay, they are paying very less amount, and their money issue, okay, sorry, their time processing issue is also resolved. Okay, this was the demo given by the cloud providers. Okay, the cloud providers given the demo like this, and they said that use our cloud, you can save millions of dollars. But the management said that, okay, I cannot migrate everything at one time. Okay, I will give you a chance that only certain amount of projects, okay, only particular projects, like a few projects, I will give you a chance to migrate it, okay, to the cloud. Okay, then later on, if I like it everything, okay, then later on I will migrate everything, guys. Okay, this was the answer given by the management to the cloud providers. Okay, now everything looks good. Excuse me. Everything looks good. Okay, after certain amount of time, guys. Okay, uh, for 1 year or 6 months. Okay, from 6 months to 1 year, everything looks good. After certain amount of time, okay, they are facing some issues. Okay, they are facing some issues in the cloud. Okay, and the delay process is happening, guys. Okay, and the delay process is happening. Uh, and the management got to know about the delay process, and the management asked the project managers or the developers, where is the issue, why it is keep getting delay. Okay, now the developer said that, okay, the developer said that I'm new to the cloud. Okay, previously how used to be, it is like I used to just sit in front of the server. I used to just connect with the cable. Okay, I used to just connect with the cable and deploy my code, everything, whatever the code is there, which I have developed into that server, and it is done. But here it is not like that. Okay, here it is I have to connect to the cloud in a different way. I have to send my code into that. It is taking some time to me because I am new to this cloud. Okay, developer answer like this. Okay, I'm new to this cloud and everything. It is taking some time for me, okay, to understand how to deploy my code into the cloud. Okay, and moreover, he complained to the management that we are facing some issues while creating the servers. Okay, for suppose in the cloud, in the sense previously how it is to be there, it is a physical server. Okay, now to create a server, okay, you have a free maintenance. You can see here already they mentioned it, right? Free maintenance, no need of service maintenance, and no need of network engineers or admin also. We will only be helping for you. Okay, now that whenever the developer needs a server, okay, whenever the developer needs a server, they have to contact the cloud providers. Okay, they have to contact the, okay, they have to contact the cloud providers. Okay, to ask them to create a server. Okay, why? Because they need a server to deploy it, and they doesn't have the access, and they doesn't know how to create it. They are a developers, guys. Okay, they doesn't know anything about the cloud. Okay, uh, why it is delaying? If the management asks, these are the reasons the developers are saying. Whenever I approach the cloud developers, they are saying, wait for 1 minute, sorry, wait for 1 day of time. I will give you a server. Okay, this kind of answers the cloud providers were saying this. Now management asked the cloud providers, like, let's have another meeting. Okay, now the cloud providers and the management team was sitting for the another call, okay, another meeting, and they were talking like this: why you are taking so much of time? Okay, my product is getting delayed because of your time. They said that we have so many clients. Okay, the cloud providers answered that it's not only you. Okay, it's not only the IBM. Okay, we have so many companies like HCL, ICIC, Infosys, everything. Okay, we have so many member of clients. Okay, uh, because of so many member of clients, I am not able to provide you uh, what is a immediate response. Okay, but I am providing you the response with the free amount of cost. Okay, I'm providing you the response with the free amount of cost. If any developer raise a request to the cloud provider that I need a server, of course it might take 24 hours of time, but we are providing our service. Creating the server is like a service, guys. Okay, creating a server is like a work. We are providing our work for free to you. Okay, that was the answer given by the cloud provider to the management, guys. Okay, now because of it, it is a free maintenance, it is a free what is a work. You cannot tell them to do it very fast. Okay, you cannot tell them I need a server within 10 minutes. You cannot say that. Okay, whenever they have the time, they will get it to you. Okay, now the management is a little bit of unhappy, guys, for with their answers. They say that whenever have the time, we will get it back to you. We are giving it for free to you, etc., etc. Okay, the management was not happy with those answers. Then they started searching in the market. Okay, is there any person? Okay, is there any person there in the market who can handle the cloud? Okay, who can handle the cloud, who can help the developers to make their work easy. Okay, who can what do you say, who can make the developers work easy. Okay, in the market, they are searching in the market. Now at that point of time, then they found the person which is called as a cloud engineer. Okay, just because the cloud providers not providing the service. Okay, the cloud providers are not providing the service properly, okay, in the right amount of time. That's why the cloud engineers came into the existence, guys. Okay, who are these cloud engineers? If you remember, okay, uh, just Google it. If you are now the 90s kids or 8 thing. Okay, in the 2007 and 2008, there was a huge recession. Okay, just because this cloud migration is happening and everything. Okay, the people who lost their jobs as admins and the network engineers, because there is no need of admins and network engineers. Those team members only learned the cloud, okay, and started working as a cloud engineers, guys. Okay, started working as a cloud engineers. Now the management, okay, the company management hired these people. Okay, hired these people with a huge demand. Why? Because nobody at that point of time, nobody knows about the cloud. The developers said that I am not cloud sorry, I doesn't have any idea. Okay, it is taking a lot of time. Okay, nobody doesn't know anything about cloud. Okay, that's why these people has a huge demand, guys. Okay, at that point of 2010 and 2011, the cloud engineer salary was like 3 times as the developers are getting. For suppose the developer is getting 1 lakh, okay, the cloud engineer is getting 3 lakhs, guys. Okay, that that kind of huge amount of salary was paid by the management to handle the cloud. Okay, to handle the cloud. Okay, uh, now once the engineer, okay, once the engineer came into the middle, okay, what he is to do, what are the roles and responsibilities of the cloud engineer? In the sense, the roles and responsibilities of the cloud engineer is to handle the cloud. And whenever the developers ask the request to create a cloud, sorry, create a server or create a networking, or how to handle the networking inside the cloud, okay, everything he used to do it. Okay, that is his roles and responsibilities as a cloud engineer, to respond the to whatever the developer make a request to make it happen. That was the cloud engineer responsibility, guys. Okay, that's why the cloud engineer came into the existence. Okay, this is how the cloud engineer came into the existence. The story behind how the cloud engineer came into the existence. This is okay. Now everyone is happy, guys. The management is happy, the developers are happy because they doesn't need to work more amount of time. The cloud engineers are happy. Why? Because they are getting huge amount of salary. The QA team is already happy because they are just getting the report and doing it. Nobody is unsatisfied. Okay, now after certain amount of time, okay, after certain amount of time, okay, uh, the developers are asking for the automation, guys. Okay, the developers are asking for the automation. Remember the word automation, where okay, they doesn't need to, okay, where that doesn't need to wait for the cloud engineer. Okay, I'm repeating again. Why? Because for suppose the developer is ready at 2 o'clock. Just now we were talking, sorry, we are discussing about if Tarun is ready with their code at midnight 2 o'clock. Okay, he has to wait for the cloud engineer. Okay, he has to wait for the cloud engineer, or the cloud engineer also has to sit with him. Okay, why? Because whenever he has to deploy the code, the cloud engineer should be there. Why? Because he is handling the cloud. Okay, the developers are asking for the automation, guys. Okay, whether the cloud engineer is there or not. Okay, the my when I'm deploying the code, okay, it should not get stopped. Okay, I should not wait for another person. Okay, now to make the things automation, okay, to make the thing automation, okay, they were searching for in the market. The management is searching in the market, where is there any person who can make this process automation. Okay, they have asked the cloud engineer, guys, can you make the automation? He said, no, I don't have an idea how to make the automation. Okay, now they are searching for the person who can make the automate this process, where the developers need not to be waiting for the cloud engineer. Okay, that kind of automation engineer is found in the middle, guys. Okay, that automation is engineer considered as a DevOps engineer, where he will be operating the developers work and the operations. Okay, now another person will come into the existence. Okay, now the DevOps engineer called as a automation engineer, guys. Okay, you can call the DevOps engineer or automation engineer. Okay, he will automate the process. Okay, DevOps or automation engineer. Okay, DevOps or automation engineer. Now what will be happen in the sense, what is the roles and responsibility? He has to automate the process. Now what happens is the cloud engineer will create the cloud. Okay, now the DevOps engineer will create an automation process, where if the developer is ready with the midnight, he doesn't need to wait for the cloud engineer. Okay, to deploy the code. Okay, the developer can deploy the code at any time. Okay, he create the automate the process. Okay, this that's why the DevOps engineer came into the existence, to just make the automation and to make the developer works free. Okay, developer work is like little bit of waiting time and everything. That's why we the DevOps engineer came into the existence, the automation engineer. Okay, now everyone is happy again. The management is happy, developer is happy, and the cloud and DevOps engineer are happy because they are getting huge salaries, and the QA team is happy. But after certain amount of time, okay, the management seeing the tallying the bills, guys. Okay, when they are tallying the bills, they got to know the budget of the project is getting huge, guys. Okay, why the budget of the project is getting huge? In the sense, the salaries. Okay, they thought, okay, we are paying huge amount of salaries in the market. Okay, we have to cut it down. Okay, they cannot cut it down the developer, guys. Why? Because without developers, you cannot develop the product. They cannot cut it out the QA engineer. Okay, they say that without testing the product, you cannot release the product into the millions of people. Why? Because a small issue also, okay, you will get a loss of millions of dollars. Okay, you cannot detect the QA team, what you say, strength or size. Okay, now they are paying the two salaries for the same kind of work, guys. Okay, the cloud engineer and the DevOps engineers both are working on the cloud only. Okay, why then the management thought, why I have to pay two different salaries for the two different people while they are doing the work on same thing. Okay, now the management has given the chance to both of them, okay, saying that, okay, either of you learn the other person's technology. Okay, the cloud engineer should learn the automation process, or the automation engineer should learn the cloud engineer process. Okay, either of you learn other person's technology. I will keep only one person. Okay, then the cloud engineer started, okay, all any of them, okay, they started making learning learning their product. Okay, learning the other people's thing. That's why nowadays, if you see, if you have seen previously, okay, there used to be a especially there used to be two designations. Okay, but nowadays if you see, they have only one designation, which is called as a cloud DevOps engineer. Okay, they have only one designation, which is cloud DevOps engineer. They doesn't have the two designations. Okay, they doesn't have the two designations, and they are not hiring two people to do this. They are hiring only one person to do this. Okay, to make it the budget cut. Okay, they are doing only one person to do this, and he will be handling the complete process. Okay, both cloud and automation. He will create the cloud, and he will do the automation process. Both he will do it. Okay, that is the uh, main happen now presently which you are talking. This is the complete cycle. Okay, how the DevOps engineer, first of all, how the cloud engineer came into the existence, how the DevOps engineer came into the existence, and what are the advantages of using this cloud provider, sorry, using of this cloud. Okay, all this happened in the period of from 2005, 6 period of time to now 2024. Okay, is it clear, guys? Any questions on this, like, or else you didn't understand anything, or you slept in middle? Anything? I think so. Tarun, you are saying something. I am not able to hear. You can check your mark. Kiran, Chandrakala, any questions? Have you not understand it, or am I going fast or slow?
No, Shiva, right now there is no.
Okay, you got an idea, right? Like what is happening, what are the roles and responsibility you have to take care when you are a
Yes,
cloud and
Shiva.
DevOps engineer. Okay, 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 guys. Tomorrow we will start the Linux. Okay, uh, we will start with the Linux, basic Linux operating system. Like first of all, what is Linux, and how we have to handle it, why we are using the Linux, why it is more important that Linux we uh, than the Windows and everything. Okay, we will see. Okay, we will see from the scratch. Okay, if you already know about the Linux, then it's good. If you doesn't know, then it will be a really good session for you. Okay, because it's a 1 week of completely Linux. Without Linux, you cannot move forward to the AWS, as I told you. Okay, you have to be more strong on the Linux operating system. Okay, let's connect tomorrow, and we will start Linux. Okay,
Okay.
thank you, guys.
Vishnu. Hi, Vishnu.